How are we doing today? Hello, hello, hello. Let's move on over here. I have a friend with me. Here, I'll just do that. Show off the most important part of the, this is obviously the most important part of the stream. Oof, let me turn the music down just a little bit here. A little bit. Turn it down for me. A little bit loud for me. But I am going to be turning the actual background music off in a little bit because I've got some other music to listen to. Let me move. Oh, just make me small again. I guess I could be fairly large. There we go. Didn't mean to bonk you guys. Yeah, I have some other music that we're going to be listening to. I also, here, I wanted to post a link to Epidemic Sound. So, I'm going to post a link in chat to Epidemic Sound, which is what that's not the thing I wanted, which is what I use to, for my music. Just a second. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pin this message. So I do want to say, so I would love input, ideas for songs. I do have 3 that I already picked out as possible background music for this set of dice right here. Well, it's not a set of dice, but these D20s. I figured we'd listen through them, but I did also want to send the link there. And if people have, I'm gonna turn that music off. If people have ideas for songs, please feel free to send me like the name and artist maybe in the chat. Links won't show up, which is unfortunate. I wish people could send links in chat, but I cannot figure out how to make it so people can. I think it's just like it's a YouTube moderation thing, and I can't figure out how to change it. I don't know if I can. But this is what we're doing today. We're gonna work on making a short. So if you do find music, if it could be between about 45 seconds and a minute, that'd be great. Otherwise, we're gonna have to trim it down to be a minute or less. But here, I'll play. Let me turn my audio back up. I have the sound turned down on my editor here. You can see. So let's listen to the 3 songs that I pulled out, and we can see if we like any of them. We'll start kind of splitting some things up before we decide on the music, so it won't be a huge problem. I'm gonna sneeze. I think it's my cat's fault. She has all sorts of hair. We'll start splitting up some things while we decide which song we want to use, but these were 3 that I thought were different, but also maybe kind of fit the vibe of the dice, and that's really the important thing here, is I want to find some music that fits the vibe of the dice. But so, here's some options. Let's see. Let me know if it's too loud or anything, too, but I have it, so hopefully it's good levels for both of us. I also just put pictures here so you can see what we want to match it with. Hi, D&D player. How are you doing? Listen to a couple of song options at the moment if you just got here. Or I put a link in the chat if you want to look through and find some music to suggest. Oh, any tips for starting an art channel? Do it. I'm still figuring it out. Like, I'm still figuring out what I want to do with this channel. I've been doing it for like 2 years. I will say though, literally just do it. Like, I was so worried about starting and not being good at making videos. And I put it off for so long because I was like, oh man, I know that I'm gonna suck at editing and you know, things are gonna be rough, but you kind of can't get good at that stuff without just doing it. So I really just start. I will say also, don't go into it expecting to get a lot of views or even make money off of it. Like, if you're going to make a YouTube channel, you should do it because you genuinely enjoy making the videos. At least in my experience, because if you do it to try and like be a big YouTuber, you are just not gonna have fun with it. That's my view anyways. Also, the other thing that my other thought with YouTube is that you should, if you're gonna want to make YouTube videos, you should make them make YouTube videos about something that you would want, that you're gonna do anyways, if that makes sense. So like, if you want to do a bunch of arts and crafts, that would be a good thing to make a YouTube video about. Whereas it doesn't really make sense for me to make like a video game channel. I do have one, but it wouldn't really make sense for me to make like a video game channel because I don't play a lot of video games. If you like researching stuff, it might make sense for you to make a channel where you talk about different subjects. I don't know. That's my view on it anyways. But yeah, really, for starting an art channel, just do it. Have fun with it. Make videos about stuff that you are enjoying. Don't be discouraged when editing takes forever, as you will see with this. Oh, video game art, that's cool. I do like watching people play video games. I don't play a lot of video games myself. Although I am actually streaming next week playing a new game with friends. I know I totally just talked over this last song. I think the last one is probably my favorite out of these. But if people have other song ideas, feel free to send me names in the chat. I did pin that. So do you do like digital art, or do you do like some sort of physical medium? Alright. We haven't decided on which song yet. I like this one the best, I think. Oh, okay, cool. What sort of medium do you work in? I guess I should probably, based on the name, the Old Miniature Workshop, I probably could have guessed that, I suppose. Painting miniatures, drawing, etc. Cool. I was literally just having a conversation with some friends, like yesterday/today, over Discord, saying that I kind of want to branch out maybe from just the resin stuff on my YouTube channel. Like, I enjoy the resin stuff, but you know, I like so many other things too. I also have like a huge backlog of resin like videos that I have filmed that I have not edited that I could still, you know, get edited at some point. So it's like, I might take a little bit of a break from pouring resin, apart from like the commissions and the Patreon dice. So what I'm doing here at the moment, and this is just kind of my editing flow, is I'm just cutting out stuff that I don't need. I think I went back and watched some of my older videos recently. I might actually do this broader. Because I was at an event. I was at an event and I had the idea, I was like, I should bring my laptop and play some of my videos in the background. Partially just because it'd be kind of nice to have some music. Okay, I don't want to zoom in here. But it also, you know, I just put on the playlist type thing of, I put on a playlist of like all of my videos where it's just making a set of dice set to music, which is what we're doing today. This is just going to be a short of making some d20s. We're going to match it up to the music in the background. And I had, for a little bit now, I was trying to figure out, I was like, I used to do a video a week, and now I'm doing like a video a month. What happened? And some of it was just because I was literally just making dice and videos, and I wasn't trying to make other things for other events or anything like that, which I'm gonna kind of go back to, so hopefully I'll have more time for video editing. I'm in the middle of editing a full length video too. It's gonna be like 10 minutes long as well, but there's some reasons that I'm not working on that today, which I can get into in a second. But I was looking at my old videos compared to the newer videos, and I was like, I had so many fewer cuts and things in the editing. I have gotten so much more, what's the word I'm looking for? I maybe over-edit a little bit now, I don't know. But, I mean, I feel like my style has not changed much as far as as my editing goes. I'm just doing other things now too. Also, all of my old videos were videos like this, where they were very short and it was just set to music. I didn't have to do voiceover. Some of them were you know, tutorials and things, but a lot of them were just set to music. And they take time to edit, but there's less other stuff that you have to get figured out for them, like writing scripts or recording voiceover, or recording other little scenes, which is something that I want to do more. I have a couple of fun ideas for videos that I have kind of planned out. But it's gonna take a bit of filming some stuff. One of them I still need to kind of plot out. I'm tempted to straight up storyboard it, and that's how complicated I'm planning to get with it. And it is just a dice video. But I have ideas for things I could do that I think would be fun. Where was I going with this? I was mentioning something else. Oh, bye, Luna. I can actually sit correctly now. I can sit straight. I don't have a cat on my lap anymore. Oh, just how long it takes me to edit things, but that is why the videos have gotten, you know, more sparse in between. But I guess we'll see if how quickly we can edit this thing today. And it's funny because I feel like I have gotten more efficient with my editing too, partially just because I've changed editing softwares to like an actual editing software now instead of Blender, which is what I used for like the first like year, maybe more than a year, probably the first year of making videos. I was editing all of my YouTube videos in Blender. If you didn't know, Blender has a video editing software built in. DaVinci Resolve is so much better. Blender crashed so much, and it was, oh boy, it worked, but like DaVinci Resolve has a free version which is so much better. This is the paid version that I'm using. I literally just got the paid version for like one feature, and I do not regret it. But it's also a thing where it's like it's not a oh gosh. There we go. My stupid microphone. There we go. Audio should be better now. What was I saying? Oh, I got it for like one feature and I don't regret it. There's other stuff too that has been nice, like various effects and things. And I'm sure there's other features that are built into the studio version. What I was gonna say though is that it's not a subscription. It's you buy the software once and then it's yours, and also you get all of the updates and things. So I'm like, well, I will pay the $300 once to have this software forever. Absolutely. But the free version is excellent. So it's like, if you are just starting out, DaVinci Resolve, great for video editing. The free version's excellent. You get access to all of the like the color stuff. I've been learning how to use this a bit, where you can adjust levels of things. I can make my darks darker. I can change the color of the darks. There's all sorts of is it fusion? No, it's under color actually. I have not done anything with all these nodes. I don't know how to use them. Maybe I'll figure that out someday. The thing I actually got it for was it in the color section? Oh yeah, the magic mask. Which basically you can, let's go somewhere. Where's somewhere in the video? Basically, let's say we want this. Do this. I can draw on here. Oof. And let me just see where. That's not what I want. I want this. Nope, that's not what I want. What do I want? Yeah, toggle mask overlay. So, oof. I might have to restart that. I do get that sometimes. I'm just gonna delete that. I don't actually need that. But basically, you can, it can mask things out for you. You can just, like, scribble over a person, and it'll be, okay, here's a person. It will follow the person, track the person through the scene and stuff. So you can have them walking in front of text. You can add text in there. Okay, excuse me a moment. I'm gonna have to close and reopen that, because I just, made the graphics in there crash. Oopsies. So when it doesn't crash, it's great. To be fair to it, I am trying to stream at the same time, as messing around with things, but it's fine. All right, so I think my favorite out of the songs is this last one here. I'll play it again so you guys can hear it. Let me know what you think. I'll just play that for a second. So we've got those flowers in there. I don't know though. I feel like that red's really bright, and I don't know if this like super chill music matches that. Oh my gosh. That's so frustrating with my microphone. If you didn't hear what I said because my microphone was being all wonky, I don't know what to do about the microphone. I don't know if it's defective or if it's just, if they're always this touchy, but basically the cord doesn't sit right in the bottom of it. And then it yeah. It doesn't actually work. It just gives all sorts of weird feedback and things. What I was saying though is that I think this song's my favorite because it has kind of like a chill vibe to it, and we've got the flowers in there. Hi, Cobra. But I don't know if the chill vibe matches that bright red color in there. I don't know. I'm undecided. What is this? What do you mean? What is this? Just a second. Weird. My, the stream says it's having troubles. I wonder if it's because I had that graphic issue and my computer got mad. I have all sorts of technology issues apparently. My microphone, the cable doesn't sit right. My my graphics are like to break. I don't know. Very strange. Okay. Oh yeah, it is kind of framey, isn't it? I don't know. There's like a little bit of delay I can see in the I'm looking at my streaming software, and there's like a little bit of a delay between when I do something and when it shows up like on the streaming software itself too. Odd. I don't know. Are things weirdly synced for you guys? That's the real question. But yes, if you were just joining, I had a few songs here that I was like, maybe one of these might be good for this set of dice. You can see I put some pictures here so you can see the set of dice, see the D20s here. Get kind of an idea. I'm trying to figure out something that's like a good vibe for the dice, and I'm thinking maybe this kind of chill one. Sounds so lovely, doesn't it, when I do it like that? But I've got like a few other ones, and I got kind of like a funky one. I don't know if these feel that funky though. And then I've got more of like a folksy sort of one. Would you call this folksy? Sort of? Acoustic, I guess. And then I've got the like very chill one. More classical. But I do also have that link at the very top. So if you have an idea for something you think would fit the vibe of the dice, you can put the name. Don't send the link. YouTube doesn't like it when people send links in the chat. It doesn't actually tell you that. It just doesn't show up. Just makes the messages not show up. So if you have an idea for like a song, even if you just have like an idea for like a vibe or something, I'm open to ideas. You think the first one? You think the kind of funky one? because I do think that the classical one, I like it for the flowers, but I feel like the bright reds maybe like a little bit more funky. To be fair, I do have more than just 3 options. I just kind of narrowed it down. The 3 that I like the best. I could also take a poll. We do a poll. What's a poll? Alright. We'll start a poll. And I will. So we're on option number 2 at the moment. Luna, you can't stop it. No, you can't walk back and forth in front of me. Ooh. What happened here? Whoa, Luna. Nope. Keep going. Did you step on something? Or did my warming flame? Oh. What could work? Again, if you sent a link, I cannot see it. Because YouTube. Luna, you cannot walk back and forth on my desk. You can come sit on my lap. Or you can come sit on my lap. Okay, there you go. Oh, okay. So wait, so which one could work with the warming? Ah! Luna! Your tail! Oh my gosh. So which one were you? I don't know. The problem is that there's such a delay with YouTube too that if you say this one, I don't know which one it is because things don't line up. Okay. Here's option number 3. Keep your tail down there. Oh, option number 2. Yeah, I think it's kind of the acoustic feel of it, right? Like you're sitting around a fire. I get that. I can see that. So, I mean, we could always go looking for something else acoustic, too. Uh-oh! Hearing stuff crash in the kitchen is not what you want. Here, let me pull this over. So, we'll go over here. Oops. Oops, I hit the absolute wrong button. I meant to hit L and I hit K. Alright. Alright. Let's go to acoustic and see maybe if there's anything good here. I want something about a minute. See what we got. Oh. Let me start this over. I had it so quiet. one's also very... Add this one to my... This one might be too chill. I don't know. I've used that one before. Sounds kind of sad. I don't know that that's quite right. Oh, this is the one. That's the one that we're just at. Interesting. Oh, I feel like that might be... I'll add it to this playlist though. And again, sounds kind of ominous. I don't think ominous is the right vibe. It's not bad. Transmittance. Was that one I liked? And this one, I kind of like this one. Download that real quick. Is it this one that I liked too? Yeah. Okay. What's this one? Down a little bit. I'm so glad we're 40 minutes in and we haven't picked a song yet. At the Piazza. I did debate doing a song kind of like this that was like, it sounded like something playing at like, I don't know, it reminded me of Lady and the Tramp. I don't know why. I think it's the accordion. Oh, it was this one! I was debating this one! What do we think of this one? This was my original thought, I think, actually, was this song. I kinda... Maybe this one? I'm now leaning more towards possibly that one. I feel like maybe it matches the vibe of the dice. You got the flowers. You got the pasta sauce on top. Tempted by that one. Tempted by that one. That's fun, but I don't think that's the right one. Again, kind of sad. Not sad. Foreboding? This one's kind of cool too. You know what I'm now leaning towards? I'm now leaning towards, not that one. This one. I'm leaning towards this now. Which wasn't one of the, we do have a vote for Helen Do the Hop, which was the first one, too. Hello, kitty cat. There's cat hair everywhere. Alright. So between that and something like a little bit more funky, do we go for the kind of funky one, or we did go for the Lady and the Tramp Italian restaurant? Which one do we think matches the vibe of the dice more? That, or do we do this one? Partially just because it's amusing to me. I don't know why it's amusing to me, but it is. Plus, I feel like it's different from some of the other music that I've used, which is kind of nice. I'm just gonna get rid of those. I have them over here. Welcome back. I have French. I was thinking Italian for some reason, but yes, French. It's the accordion, I think. But here's the question. Does it match the vibe of the dice? I'm like, we've got flowers, we've got pasta sauce. It reminds me of Lady and the Tramp for some reason. I think that's why I'm thinking of pasta. I don't know. I think maybe one of these two. I was honestly thinking this one, partially because it feels different from a lot of the other music that I've used too. Let me split these up. Pouring them. I am heard so many people be like, I don't know why recently. There's been like at least 3 different people that have been like, ugh, the French. And I don't know why. This feels rude to me. That's all inking. And then I think this is all showing off. I'm just kind of splitting these up by what's going on. So we've got adding flowers. We've got actually pouring the dice. I mean, there's a little bit of mixing things, but pouring the dice, unmolding the dice, inking the dice, and then showing off the dice. So let's decide on a song. The only guidance that I've been given is that someone likes Hell into the Hop. So unless anybody has anything better, let's do it. Unpin that message. Some of the French can be snob stereotype. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I think part of the reason that I find it silly too is that it's just like, okay, American. It's like, yeah, I'm sure we have such a wonderful reputation everywhere. Okay, should we do the funky one? Are we doing the funky one? So, if we're doing this one, this is kind of what I do next. I will start breaking it up. It's the only direction I have. Let's go with that one. I'm going to start breaking it up into where the music changes. So it has kind of a, you can tell that the vibe changes here. So we've got added instrumentation there. It's the beginning of like a new measure. There's the downbeat there. I'm going to mark that off too. I'm basically going to mark off the downbeats where the it's kind of like beats in a play. It's like where are we being given new information? Where is something changing? I'm going to hello. I'm going to mark that, and I usually do that with like dark blue. And if it's like, you can kind of tell that it's the same pattern that's been repeated again for like it's a section. Oh my gosh, Luna, don't mess with my cables. Oh, okay, she's going up into her box. Then I'll sometimes mark it with like a light blue, because it's like, oh, this is also kind of where the music has a natural phrasing point. But it's not where it changes quite as much. Although with these shorter ones, it doesn't matter quite as much. Yeah, you can hear it there again. You've got like a new note in there. So obviously something has changed. Oops. See, there's that part where you can tell that the pattern's repeating over again, but it still sounds the same. So I'll mark that with a different blue color. There we go. We can hear that it changed again. So back to my dark blue. And then this is, oops, that's not the color I wanted. Alright, so we've got to kind of split up. This is literally just the last note. So, you know. What's Luna doing? I don't know what that cat's doing. So we've got it kind of split up now. I have also split up all of my video footage over here. You can see I've got, here's where we're adding all the flowers. Here's where we're actually like pouring resin. Here is where we're unmolding, inking, and then showing off the dice. I'm gonna kind of start splitting things up, or I'm gonna start labeling things. So, for example, I might start actually pouring the resin here. I do want to make sure that I have enough. How long is this? 43. So we could show off the dice here. If we're pouring here, we want to have time to like. I mean, I can split everything up evenly. The thing is that it's the actual like creative part, I feel like, is the most interesting part. Adding the flowers and actually pouring the resin is the most interesting part. So I don't necessarily want to split everything up completely evenly, but for the time being, I'll probably kind of mark things down evenly. So we've got pour resin. I will put ink here. Start inking the dice here. So somewhere in here we'll unmold the dice. We probably want the most time though for pouring the resin. Here, let's see. We might be able to subdivide this. So, could start unmolding here, but I think that we'll kind of figure out exactly where we want that once we actually get some of the stuff filled in behind it to figure out how much time it actually takes to get all of our little pieces of footage put in there, if we to actually show all the stuff we want to do. So now that I've got it kind of the basic subdivides put in, I'm actually going to put in I'm going to put in a bunch of other little subdivisions. This is going to be an interesting one. Because where do I split this? I think maybe here. Oh, this is going to be an interesting one. Because where's the... Let me think about the time signature here a second. Okay, so how do I want to split this up? Do I want to split it up on the beats? I kind of don't know if I want to split it up here because it's a little bit... it's funky. I guess that's why, you know, it's funk. See here, we've got a very strong dot, 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 dot. All right, I'm gonna get rid of this. I might not split this up unless I kind of need to. So we might actually start kind of splitting things up more over here. I will also, one of the reasons that I like to, I think it's kind of fun to figure out where to put these subdivisions in, like based on the music, is that if I just did it on the beat, because I could find the beat over here, so it's dot, 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 dot. Oh, I was off. Dot, 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 bop, 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 bop. So I can find it, but because of how the music is, putting things on the beat probably wouldn't feel quite right, because you're kind of playing stuff on the off beats, whereas over here there's very strong down beats, and so it would make more sense, I think, to cut the footage on these stronger down beats, because it's going to feel like it lines up better. But one of the kind of nice things about following the music with like figuring out where the notes change or where the beats are is that it also ends up making the footage kind of match the it makes them match the music better, because if I'm matching where the notes change, when the music kind of speeds up, the cuts are also going to speed up, so visually it's hopefully going to then match what you're hearing as well. Oh, what's this? So it sounds like... So you can kind of see here, for example, we've got things very strong on the downbeat, so you can watch as this kind of matches with where the white dots are. Dot. And you see here, it feels like it speeds up a little. It's not like it speeds up, but you're dot, 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 dot. If there's a lot more. So if we actually cut things on all of those, it'll be more interesting visually, because it's not just evenly spaced clips. But it'll also line up with music to match the speed of things. Once we actually get into like more of the like notes, like these are just downbeats. Once we get into the actual notes, so like I might follow the dun dun da da instead of just the beats over here. Oh, that's quick. That's odd spacing. It's odd that those... I guess it's... Again, it's funky. It doesn't quite line up. More often than not, you end up with subdivisions. So you can see here, for example, the distance between here and here is going to be pretty much the same as the distance between here and here. Whereas over here, you can see the distance between here and here is going to be the same, and this is right in the middle. That's why I was saying this is kind of odd, because the distance between, well, roughly the distance between here and here is probably about the same as the distance between here and here. It's following the pattern, but here it gets like odd. They don't line up evenly spaced like they did before, but it probably is going to go back to evenly spaced. Yeah. And I'm literally just combing through with the bar. What is this called? I can't think of what it's called. But I'm literally just combing through and listening for where the note changes, so you can hear. You hear that little click? If I hear the click, I go back one little, well, frame, I guess, and I put it there. Because I'd rather the video be slightly before the audio. I found that works better. It feels more right if the video is slightly before the audio, partially because a lot of times in the when I'm working on things, like say I'm pouring resin or something, say that I'm pouring resin into a mixing cup, for example. I'll just come over here and we can look at an example. So here for example, I'm pouring resin into a mixing cup, right? Well, that click is literally, the reason that you're hearing that click is because, to be fair, if you actually listen to the music, you wouldn't hear it. And that's because it's the beginning of the sound. It's the beginning of like a drum beat. So if we actually listen here, you can hear the click. It's the beginning of a drum beat. And it's because you're just hearing the very, like, beginning of it. Is that ta. What I was going to say, though, about having it slightly early is that, for example, over here where I'm pouring resin into the mixing cup, it kind of feels right if it feels good if the video cuts on the beat, right? It also feels good if the I don't know why I'm pointing at the screen, if the resin hits the cup on the beat. You see how that would be like that would be satisfying? But I don't want to cut the video right as it hits the cup, because then you don't actually see you don't see right before it, right? You need to have right before it. So if I put my markers just slightly before the beat, where you wouldn't even be able to think about it, your brain is seeing the image slightly before the sound. But then it's lining up, it's giving that build up then to this payoff right here, that hit. So you've got so I try to time things where things are already in motion, and so that they will hit at the right time, but also the cuts feel like they're at the right time. It's a bit of a balancing act sometimes, trying to make it so that both what I'm doing in the video hits the right time and also the cuts hit at the right time. I have cat hair in my mouth. There's always cat hair everywhere. I'm not even pouring resin and there's cat hair everywhere. I think this is going to be another funky spot. Just a second. Not as bad. And I will go through and adjust things because I go back and watch stuff as I'm working on it repeatedly, and just to make sure everything feels like it's lining up. And sometimes it's like, well, the cuts and things line up, but it doesn't feel right. There's a few reasons, like a few things that can cause that. That's gonna feel better there, I think. Sometimes it's because the what's happening doesn't change enough. So that's something that I've found, especially if I want these sharp cuts, right? Especially when things are really fast. So say you've got digga 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 digga, and you want to like change things on all of those. You want it you want like different pieces, different images. If you want the visual to line up with the audio, and you want it to actually look like it's a bunch of different individual things, you need there to be variation between the things. I was running into this on the other video that I'm editing at the moment, where I had a bunch of like fast pieces all together. And I'm working on kind of the same thing for all of those pieces, and so all of the video clips looked really, really similar. It's just that things had progressed slightly, but it looked like wrong because it didn't look like anything was changing, so it didn't actually look like there was movement happening. So to rectify that, sometimes I'll slightly zoom in on the video clip so that it's a different size, and that gives it more of a like visual indication that something's changing. On this one, I straight up flipped the video upside down because it's so fast. I thought it was visually interesting. But that's how's this feeling? Let's get up. Just a second here. this is another downbeat, so let's add another color there. That's the beginning of a new phrase. Let's start there. That's the beginning of a new phrase. Let's start there. Again, that's why I have all the different colors, just so I can kind of keep track of where things are going. Because, say for example, I'm, should I show you guys some of my other video that I'm working on? Here's the thing. I can't play it with the audio. And so it wouldn't be nearly as interesting to watch. No, we'll leave it. We'll leave it. The reason I can't play with the audio, I mean, I could. I am gonna make a video that I can't monetize. And that's because I had music that I really wanted to use, and I can use it as long as I don't monetize the video. And I debated for a while. Whether it's more important to me to use the audio or to monetize the video, and finally came to the decision that I would rather use the audio that I want. So I'll just not monetize that video, but I figured that this stream is going to end up monetized, so I don't want to play any of that music. Otherwise, I probably would have worked on editing that video this stream. Here's another spot where it's going to get faster. Hey, here's that. Okay. And I've done this enough at this point that I can hear. That might sound the same to you, but I can tell that that's the next note. So it's a little bit harder. I'm gonna have to kind of guess a little bit based on the spacing here. The problem is I think that goes there. Maybe that's here, actually. Huh. We'll try it. That is one of the nice things about working visually too, is that even if I don't have this lined up exactly, and it's possible that I don't. It's possible that I don't have the markers in the right spot here. These ones right here, I think I do. These ones I'm not sure on. Once we actually get the video clips in there, it becomes much easier to recognize whether what you're seeing makes sense with what you're hearing, and then you can kind of troubleshoot more. To see figure out why things aren't lining up, possibly. Alright, we'll come back and add some more markers, but let's start filling some of this in, and see what we've got. So this was all, this is putting flowers into molds. Here's the question. What do we want to put? And I'm going to mute that. So that's actually the other thing that I do. I quite often will get all of my little markers, and then I will straight up go and mute the audio. Because see, now I can do this, and I don't have a bunch of sounds playing. And just, I can play a YouTube video while I'm working on editing things now. Yay. Doesn't work as well for videos where I have, there's other audio, like voiceover and stuff. Although sometimes it kind of does. I can kind of get all of my pieces kind of put together and then worry about the voiceover. Depends on what it is. But usually if there's stuff with voiceover and stuff, it's maybe a little bit more interesting to to edit. I don't know. There's clip speed. Let's make that 200%. Let's see if this feels right. So, maybe this whole section here could be flowers. Maybe even more, but I think grabbing a flower is definitely something that would be a good little clip. And I'm gonna grab one where it's obvious that I grab it, so it's obvious I'm grabbing it. I don't know. Maybe I'll add a couple clips of grabbing these white flowers. So let's just see how it looks. I don't know. I don't know if I'll want all of the clips of all of the, like, grabbing the same thing multiple times, but maybe. I don't know. Let's see how this feels. So I've sped this clip up. I've added a few other clips here. Let's just see if it being sped up and having all the other clips here work with the music. Oh, there's a good downbeat there. Actually, I want a marker here, I think. So, see, that's kind of fun. I like that. I feel like I wish I could make the can I zoom in somehow? It'd be nice if you guys could see this part a little bit easier. Should I straight up do this? Oh my gosh. Just like, so you guys can see just the timeline and the actual video a little bit more. Or is that gonna be, we'll zoom in a bunch. There we go. I don't know if I can zoom in like this, but I don't know that I can make the window here bigger, which is a little bit, I guess I can do this. Wait, I can do this. And zoom in. There we go. I'll make that a little bit bigger so you guys can actually see what's happening, hopefully. So, I mean, that's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. It's a good, like, setup, I think. But I do also think, I don't know. Here's what I think I want to do. Let's change this back to 100%. Because I like there being a cut here. There's a spot. Oops. And so possibly I might do this. And then I might have, like, squaring up the molds as, like, a separate thing to actually have that break in there. Let's see how this feels. Maybe a little bit. Oops. See how this feels. See if you like this better. Okay, I'm making that a little bit smaller because I can't see. There we go. Let's see how this feels. And then I think we can move on to, I think the dun 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 dun, and I think this one could absolutely then move on to something slightly different. We've got all of our flowers there. We don't need to add more of those. We get the idea. Most of this is just I want to split things up in places that make sense. This is all kind of one idea, right? Pulling out the molds, centering them is all one idea. Starting to pull flowers out is a different idea. So when the music changes, that's when I'm going to change over to pulling the flowers out. We've got enough flowers. I don't care about pulling out more of these flowers. I mean, I could change out. I might change out some of the video, like a video clip or two over here with some of this stuff. So, so like this could be here instead, and then maybe once we get to like all the flowers. Where do we start putting them in the, so here's where we start putting them in the molds. So that's kind of an idea change too. We're not just pulling out flowers anymore, we're now putting them in molds. That seems a little bit blurry, don't like that. That one's a cool flower. Alright, so here's the question. Do we like this better? And here's how I edit is like, do we like this better? Or do we like this better? I think this is better. I think that it has the bigger jump. Could also do this. That one's not bad, actually. It's very subtle, the difference in those. I think I like that the best. We're gonna go with that. And then we can start moving on to putting things into molds. So we don't need that. Again, different idea. I'm going to start doing that where the music has a natural phrasing point. And I feel like these flowers, when do we change to different flowers? Oh. So that's the last one in there. And then the other ones, oh my nose is just, the other one, it looks like I picked up the other ones. It's been so long since I've made these, it's been like a year, so. And put them away. Alright. So we could definitely use putting the flowers now into the molds as like the section from here to here, possibly. And then move on to other flowers. Editing, honestly, is... I've only, like... I used to really hate editing. And I think some of it was just because... here, I'll go back to muting this. I think some of it was just because it takes a long time, and I didn't feel like I was very good at it. And it still takes me a long time, and I still don't feel like I'm very good at it. But I've just come to terms with that now. Editing is the part that takes like all of the time. Like editing takes so long. I could put it to snap, but sometimes I don't want that. So this is gonna be one of the sections where it's like, does it feel like it changes position enough? Yes. Those are obviously two different positions. But yeah, I feel like if you're gonna make YouTube videos, you need to find a way to edit that you're going to enjoy. I actually, before I really got far into the like the dice videos and things, I actually tried editing some Minecraft videos, and the reasoning was that it was fun, and I wanted a way to practice editing, and I wanted to edit something that I thought would be fun to edit. And that is also why I started out making a lot of like these little short videos set to music, is because I think they're fun to edit. I find them entertaining. These are not necessarily the videos that I would watch, but I find them fun to make. I think it's fun to try and find all of the little spots in the music that everything lines up. Like, you know, I like music. I think it's oh, excuse me. So, if you don't enjoy editing, probably maybe won't enjoy making videos too much. Alright, let's see how that feels. Again, I spend a lot of time just watching things over and over again and seeing how it feels. Oh, I don't like that last one at all. You know what? I think I have probably a better clip in here somewhere. Oops. Of putting some flowers into the molds. Like this one. This might be a good one. That probably feels better. Although, honestly, might be nice to have it back to the camera. Yeah, see, that feels kind of nice. Let's move on to a different kind of flower while the music changes. So then yeah, I don't think I'm going to show picking them up. I don't care. I'm more interested in showing off the different flowers that are in there. I know I have this whole section here at the beginning, just getting the molds out, even though that's not super important, but I figured the music was very kind of chill, and so I wanted something not that important, I guess, to kind of match the build up of the audio. And this is actually stuff that I'm thinking about while editing too. Alright, let me mute that again. Alright, this part looks better, I think, than that first one, so we'll just go with this. I do want the actual action to be in there, so actually pulling it off. Ooh, I want to pull it off, but I also want dropping it in there. I could. Are these too close together? These might be too close. Maybe. Might be okay. Let's see. Do these feel like... No, that feels alright. That matches the music. The ba-da-da-da-ba. This might be all one piece. Let's see. yeah, I think that works as all one piece. And then little bits of green. I feel like that might be enough of that kind of flower, though. I don't know. Yeah, see, I want to pour resin sometime here soon. Because I think this is going to need to be unmold. And I'm still putting flowers in. So... yeah. So that might be enough of that kind of flower. Simply because I don't want to, I don't want to... okay. I don't want to get rid of this just yet, because that is pretty good footage if I do decide to change it. So I'm just going to put that up a level over here. But let's try moving on to a different plant. I think, how many other kinds of plants do I have? We definitely want to start, we want to start pouring resin soon. So what I might end up doing is scrunching things back. So getting rid of some stuff and pushing things back a little bit. So, like, I might get rid of, like, part of this. Like, this might just be the first section here, and then go straight into the flowers here, for example. And then we can kind of push things back a little bit. So let me just see how this looks. For example. So I don't want to lose that, but just as an idea, let me see how. I mean, that looks kind of cool, but I don't know that it actually reduces anything. So, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I don't know that this is where we want to do things, but, you know, there's an option there. So if we get up further here and realize, oh, I don't have enough space to actually do, like, the unmolding of the things. To be fair, we might put the unmolding here and move the inking back to here somewhere. Actually, that might be the way to go. So maybe right in here we move on to inking the dice, for example. So we start on molding here and start inking here. Or even here. So let's keep going with the flowers. And not worry about it too much right now. Let's just get all of these flowers into the molds. So let's see what we've got. I might use Bum Bum. We've honestly made pretty good progress on this so far, which, I mean, I know that I spent the first, like, 45 minutes just debating on a song, but I feel like maybe in the future, if I do this sort of stream, maybe I should just pick the song beforehand. See, so the thing is with live streaming like this, I don't, like, I get a few people in, and it's nice because I feel like I get some different people every time. When it comes to leaving decisions up to chat, though, when there's like 3 of you, according to my streaming software, that's how many of you guys there are at the moment. It's 3. Yep. According to my stuff, there's 3 of you, which isn't, and I expect like 2/3 of the audience to at least to be just kind of lurking, if not everyone. Quite often it's just everyone. Oh, you're good. I was just saying that I should probably pick music myself before stream if I do stuff like this in the future. And part of that's just because quite often I don't like this piece. Let's find a different one. There's not enough people usually here to warrant actually having like a poll. And the thing is, especially at the beginning of streams. So that's the thing too. A lot of people show up at a lot of people show up to my streams like an hour in. So at that point, it's like I need to have gotten something done by now. So it's like, well, maybe I just need to. I probably should just pick something myself for this sort of stuff. Partially just so that we're not stalled at the beginning of the stream when I'm still the only one here and now have to pick it on stream by myself. Not that I picked this one. I mean, I did, but, you know, there was actually input on it. But I think if I was a bigger streamer, it would make more sense to leave things up to audience participation a little bit, because there'd be more people to vote on things. But when there's not a lot of people to vote on things, it slows things down a bit from actually like getting started. Okay, what other flowers do we have that we're gonna do? Oh, we've got those. Oh wow, really? YouTube sends the notifications out an hour after you start? That's so annoying. Ugh. It's weird though, because it's like usually almost like exactly an hour after I start, the people like show up. And I'm like, oh, hello. That is something that. So I used to stream on Twitch, and there are definitely some benefits to Twitch over YouTube. One of the main things though that I prefer. Okay. There's 2 reasons that I decided to stream on YouTube instead of Twitch. Maybe I'll switch back at some point. I don't know. The 2 benefits were, 1, I have my YouTube channel, and so it just kind of ties everything together. I have everything in one spot. Don't have to try and worry about downloading. I guess I can stream to both platforms now, can't I? I could try doing that. I could try multi-streaming. I mean, I still have my old Twitch stuff, but and then people would have options. I think if I did that, I might want to. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I have to think about that. The reason that the main reason is that I prefer to watch. Can be a strain on the hardware. That's fair. Yeah, my hardware doesn't like me, anyways. The reason that I like watching streams on YouTube more than I like watching them on Twitch, and that's purely because of the ads. I find it very, and I suppose that you can have mid-rolled ads on the YouTube videos, YouTube streams too. I just don't monetize my streams until after I'm done with the stream. And that's because I find it really annoying when I'm trying to watch like a live stream live and then I have ads. And it's like, well, now I've just missed whatever people were talking about. I've missed the middle of a conversation. So that was ultimately one of the reasons that I decided to switch to YouTube. But that said, there are definitely some benefits to Twitch over YouTube as well. One of them is that there's not nearly as much of a delay. There is such a big delay between when I say something and when you guys hear it on YouTube. And I actually have it turned down too. I have the delay turned down. So video quality is less slightly, but also there's slightly less of a delay. And even then, the delay is just so much. And the other main... there we go. Kind of the other downside, I guess, is... What was I gonna say? The notifications. It is so much easier for people... It was so much easier for random people to find my streams, and also the notifications were much more consistent on Twitch. Like, if I started streaming, it would send out a notification. At least from... I feel like it was anyways. The notifications seemed more consistent on Twitch. I don't know if... I don't watch a lot of live streams in general, to be fair, but I don't know if other people would agree with that. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's definitely some things. Also, actually, one of the other things that I liked better about Twitch too is that I could set it up so that people could send links in chat. I wish, oh my gosh. It's weird that you can send a chat message on YouTube with a link in it. It just doesn't show up for anybody. It will look on your end like it has sent, but no one else will be able to see it. Luna, what are you doing? Come here. Don't bump my cables. I've got enough... Oh. I've got enough microphone problems as is. Hello, lay down. Yep, go ahead and lay down. Get your tail out of the way. There you go. There's the Luna baby. Yeah, I wish I could figure out how to set it up so that people can send links in the YouTube chat, because the number of times where I'm just like, ooh, link me your... Yeah, this is Luna stream now. Who cares about editing? This is Luna stream. Most important stream. Yes, hello. There's the Luna. Scritchy. Look at this fluffy tail. Oh, I literally just saved it. That's the sort of delay I'm talking about. That's the sort of delay I'm talking about. I did just save my... Oh, I guess you can't see. You can't see underneath my face cam. I have saved it. It will actually... Here, I'm sorry, I'm gonna make this smaller again. You can't see it at the moment because I've zoomed in. But let me... I zoomed things in so that the important parts were bigger. Up here where it says time, or up at the top here where it says timeline 1, if it's been a while since I have saved it, it will have a big bright red, well, not bright red, but it will say in red, like edited, or what does it say? It will tell me if it is unsaved. Like, it is nice, honestly, that it has, like, a warning. Hey, you've worked on this. Let's see if I can, let me try cutting something and see if it does it. Honestly, if I just let it sit here long enough, I think it'll do it, even if I don't. Yeah, right here. You can, can you see that? It showed it for like a second. Yeah. You can see up at the very top next to where it says March Flowers PT Short. When I move something, if I move this around, it says edited. And if I wait, I don't know if it has an autosave ability or not. I don't know. I'd have to mess around with that a little bit. Let me make me a little bit smaller again. I'm not sure if it has an autosave ability. I'll just leave it like that. But I do appreciate that if I have been sitting here with it long enough and I have not saved, that little edited thing turns red. Actually, I can... That's not what I want. Let's make this... There we go. You can see a little bit. Even a little bit more now. No, I will praise, I will shout the praises of DaVinci Resolve. Excellent video editing software. Free version is excellent. Take a break with a oh, I should just not hit save. I keep hitting save. I'm so used to hitting file save so often. I literally just saved. We'll try editing for a little bit without saving. Although I have to remember to not save because I'm so used to it. And that's from the days of Blender. Because with Blender, it crashed so often that I would make like a little cut and then save. And then make a little cut and then save. Oh, I think I'm going to want to not do that, actually. I think I'll probably want to put this here. Let's see. Here, tell you what, we'll do a little watch break. We'll see what we've done so far. Don't know how I feel about that. Something felt off there. I kind of think maybe this needs to get moved over one. See if that feels better. Yeah, that felt better. That felt better. I don't know if you guys see what I mean about it feeling better, but it felt better to me with that pushed back a little bit. It just felt like it lined up better. So much cat hair. I think it's getting warm out. I think shedding season might be upon us. Yeah. I think I'll get rid of that. It's taking everything in me not to hit the edit button repeatedly. Cat hair dice box. Ah, to match the cat hair dice. Man, I had... Let me hit that again. I had a whole video idea for... So here's the thing. I had a whole video idea for making some cat hair dice that I think would be amusing. The video idea is, I don't actually know what I would do for the dice. I can just felt it. I'll just felt the dice box. Which is why I had a bag of cat hair to begin with. To make cat hair dice. For those who don't know, I have indeed made a set of cat hair dice at the behest of Twitch chat at the time. They didn't think I'd do it, and then I pulled a bag of cat hair out from the drawer beside me, and then they were like, why do you have a bag of cat hair? And I was like, well, you're the guys who are the ones that asked for this, I don't know why you're shocked. But I had it because I had just taken up like needle felting for fun. And I figured I could try needle felting with cat hair. So I'd brushed my cat and collected it recently. Hello. There's Luna. I don't know if I ever actually tried needle felting with it now that I mention that. I put it in resin. I don't know that actually, I don't want to do this. Let me just see what I'm doing here. Okay. So this is putting all those into molds. Is this all the same kind of flour? I already added some of this kind of flour. Do I want to show adding more of this kind of flour? Well, I'll leave it there for now. But no, but maybe a cat hair dice box would be the way to go, because I had a whole funny video idea for like basically making a set of cat hair dice again. However, I don't actually know what like the dice that I would want to make. I just know the like bit. Oh, Evan and Caitlin did a small cat toy with just cat fur before. Oh, I'm sure they have. Yeah. Oh, it totally would work. I might still have that bag of cat hair, actually. I should try needle felting it. Okay, so can I let you guys in on, like, a little bit of, maybe not a secret, but a thought? I was mentioning this a little bit earlier. The cat hair. But, I don't know, I'm thinking of branching out a little bit on my YouTube channel to some stuff besides resin. I mean, I've done that a little bit before. I've done a few other videos, but I don't know, start doing some things that are more entertainment based and less, I mean, not that the stuff I'm doing is not entertainment based. Like, I want to do more stuff like the ramen video where I had all of the little bits and things in it like that. Those are so much fun. It takes so much work, but it's so much fun to do. But I'm also thinking maybe of branching out from just the resin stuff, because I really enjoy a lot of different kinds of art. Maybe I'll try and change the timing on this. I don't know. But needle felting with cat hair could definitely be, actually, needle felting with cat hair might fit my video idea better than making a set of dice would. That's not a bad idea. But it's like, maybe I could start doing some other little arts and crafts things. I do have like a backlog. I have such a backlog of, they're not edited. Ooh, painted wooden dice trays. Ooh, I mean, I should show you guys a tray that I made a long time ago. Although I have a cat on my lap, so I will have to hold off on that. Remind me as soon as Luna leaves to show you guys a tray that I made a while back. But the thing is, oop. Well, so what I'm saying, so here's the thing, Hannah. Like, yes, I do think that that'd be really fun. I like doing the, like, challenge videos. I'm saying, what if I made videos that aren't dice videos? That aren't even resin videos? Because something that you guys may not know is that my favorite medium to work in is paint. Here, I'm gonna scoot this back up. There we go. We'll just scoot it up a little bit so we can see both of us. The actual thing that I enjoy doing most when it comes to art is not actually resin, it is painting. I have also said before that I never want to paint as my job. However, painting for a YouTube video is not painting for my job, it's making a YouTube video. Also, I'm not making enough at this for it to be my job, really. With everything else, it kind of is. Okay. So yes, I think random dice challenges are fun. I think it's really fun. Oh, there she goes. Oh, let's see. You're hoping to make dice mold making as a side gig. Do you have any tips? What are you looking for tips on how to make dice and molds, or are you looking for tips on business stuff? Because blindfold, pick a color palette and create a painting from that. That could be fun too. But like I've also got all sorts of weird, fun art supplies. I think it'd just be fun to do. Do you want to? Here, I found it really okay. One, let me find that tray real quick. I think it's just right over there. Both, you guess? Here, let me think on that in a second. Let me grab a tray real quick. I did once let my cats decide how to do a set of dice, and my cat picked the. Oh, I just hit save. Sorry. We didn't get to see the thing. I did once let my cats pick dice, what sort of dice to make, and they picked the one design that I have so much trouble with. Let me grab two things, and let me think on your question, Bernard, and then I will be right back. I just want to grab a couple things. Where's that tray? Here it is. Nope, that's not it. All right. Oh yeah, there's absolutely. Oh, here, let me do this again. Let me see if I go here. Does it show? Hey, I'm not centered, but there we go. Now I'm centered. Speaking of trays, I wouldn't mind making more stuff like this tray that I made a long while ago. I did a mechanical one too. I should really make another one of the mechanical ones. It was so cool. That one sold though. But stuff like this is fun. And this is also resin. But I wouldn't mind doing like painted things too. That could be really fun. And then, but I've also got some like I found these recently, and these are water soluble crayons. And so literally like you can draw with these crayons and then take water to them, and they're like watercolors, I think. I don't remember when I got these or where. 3-in-1 crayon. Watercolor and pastel effects. It's like, it'd be kind of fun to just mess around. I don't remember ever using these. But it could be fun to do a video where I mess around with those. Alright, so let me go back to this, and let's see. So tips on doing dice as a side gig. Yeah, I have a lot of random videos. I also have a couple of paintings that I really want to do at some point. It's like, well, I could do that as a, you know, it would be a great excuse for me to actually get those done. Man, I don't know. I guess you're gonna have to think about how you want. If you want to actually sell things, you're gonna need to think about how are you gonna get the word out about your dice. I do think that, I mean, YouTube videos is a way to do that. Social media is a way to do that. I moved off of Etsy because they really annoyed me with a few things, but I do also think that having started there was beneficial in that it got people's eyes on my dice. So I feel, and marketing, I think, in general is going to be kind of important in actually getting people to buy your things. There's also lots of different ways that you can sell things. I know some people who they mostly sell things in person at conventions and shows. Some people sell things online. There's some people who do only like pre-made, like they make a bunch of the same kinds of dice. So, you know, they have their set designs. And then there's some people who make all sorts of different kinds of dice. There's people who do commissions, people who, you know, I think, I don't know, Share 2 pictures of the trays you made. Oh, yeah. Oh, gotta go look at the Discord to see pictures of trays. Oh, nice. You put, like, felt in the bottom? Oh, and one of them has resin. It'd be kind of nice with felt. So figuring out how you're going to want to sell them. Do you want to have your own store? Do you want to just sell through an online marketplace? What's going to be the most useful, like usable for you to do? That'll be good. As for actually like making the dice, you already made 5 dice sets. Wait, like today or in general? This is why I get the like gallon jugs of resin. You can go through so much. Oh, last week. Where did I guess I'm gonna end up kind of pouring there, maybe. Don't know how I feel about that. Do I want... I might... I should see if I can get more to make, maybe see if you can snag some of the wooden frames used as a base from Joanne's. Oh, yeah, that's true. I'm kind of... Yeah. Yeah, that is a bummer about Joanne's. To be fair, I got a bunch of just, like, wooden trays from, like, Michael's that I think were also supposed to be, like, shadow boxes, and then spray painted them and used them as trays. Let's see, what are some tips for making dice to sell, though, I guess, too? I don't know on that one. I feel like you kind of just gotta make stuff. I was basically giving that same advice earlier in the stream to someone who was asking about making crafting YouTube videos, and they're like, hey, you know, any advice for starting a YouTube channel? And I said, yeah, make videos. It's like, I realize that that's not necessarily the most helpful, but like I know that I wanted to get things perfect before I started when it came to the YouTube videos, and it just made it so that I never actually made any videos. I think it's gonna be that way a little bit too with dice. Like, you kind of just got to start making stuff, make stuff, post pictures of it, you know, show things off, figure out how to get better at it and stuff. Like, work on your craft a little bit. But people, if you're making stuff and people see your stuff, they'll probably be interested in it, and that is a way to, you know, sell them. Only had a D4 fail on you. You need to invest in another dice mold since the cheap $7 molds are too flimsy when you have sticky gloved hands. Sometimes things fly off the shelf. Sometimes things won't go. Oh, yes. Some things. Yeah, true. And sometimes it's the things that you don't expect that fly off the shelves, too. Sometimes it just feels so random. Like, I've had things... That is actually maybe a piece of advice that I would give too, and this is for probably any artist, I guess, too, is if you make something and you don't like it, don't tell anyone that you don't like it. This is something that I've been doing with my dice pretty much from the beginning, and that's because I've found that taste is very subjective. So even with like the sets of dice that technically were fine, but like I didn't really like the colors and such, I made sure not to talk about how I disliked them, because I didn't want to make anyone else feel bad for liking them, if that makes sense. So just trying to be kind of positive about the things that you're making, be positive towards people who are interested in the things that you're making, and And sometimes people are just jerks too, or are ignorant. I was literally the other day also talking to a couple of other Dice Maker friends about what did I call it? I'll go find it. I'll just straight up find the message. I said, just had an idea for a video and now I'm rolling it around in my brain. What do you think of a video called, quote, questions Dice Makers are tired of being asked, and their answers? And then I said, with things like, are they balanced? And why are they so expensive? It's like, sometimes, I mean, they're genuine questions, but it gets tiring a little bit. Dude, I have sold at least 2 batches of failed dice, and I mean batches. Like, I save all of my failed dice that have voids and things. I have sold probably 150 failed dice for maybe a little bit less than $1 each, probably. I know there was someone who was trying to buy a bunch of dice, of failed handmade dice to make a table at one point. I don't know what actually came of that. Someone else wanted a bunch of dice for jewelry. Failed dice for jewelry. Like, even if it's not great for what you want it to be for, like, it doesn't mean that it's not good for something. I also sell a lot of miscellaneous raw dice, too. I can grab that as well. I'll put the tray back and grab my miscellaneous raw dice. I was at a convention recently, so I've got everything just kind of in the middle of my office. Like, here's a bunch of like, so some of these are like, yeah, there, let me angle you down. Some of these are just like sets where not all of the dice turned out. Some of these were just dump molds. Also, sometimes dump molds make the prettiest dice. People love those. There's a use for everything. You need to figure out what to do with your fails. You have a dozen failed UV resin dice that split and cracked. Well, you could just hold on to them for now. You don't have to figure it out right this second. These dice ended up so orange. I added so many flowers to them. But the, what's it called? The, pigment paste that I used, sank so much. It really covered them up. Oh, epoxy's been much kinder to you? Yeah, I honestly find the 2-part epoxy so much easier to work with than UV resin. It's good for different things, but, like, obviously UV resin can be very useful, I found, for, like, attaching things together, or, working on, like, inserts and things, but it's just not as strong, as the 2-part epoxy, I feel like. Okay, so that's all of the flowers. So, how do we want to do this? How is this feeling? Let's see how this is feeling. Something in there didn't feel quite right. It's because this and this are too similar. Do you see what I mean about this and this be looking too similar? It looks like not much has changed. And so it doesn't look intentional. At least, I don't think so. So let's do this instead. Yeah, that's good. And then maybe this can be here, because it looks like I put this light blue here because that is kind of the beginning of a new thought. So that might be where we move on to a different kind of flower or something. That feels better. For you had... So you had part of your fridge door held together by UV resin. Wait, so did it last for a year or for 5 months? Oh, about 5 months after Turkey fell and broke it. I see. Oh, so you had the UV resin. You used that to kind of attach things together. I see what you mean. Okay, I'm thinking we go directly to the zoomed in part here and do the last... Do up to here, and then this will be where we pour resin. Your only issue with epoxy is you always make too much. You have a small army of little resin skulls from your dump mold. Yeah, I mean, that's where a lot of these came from. A lot of these were dump mold. I just used dice molds as dump molds and put my leftover resin in there. I actually have a new thing. I actually need to make a couple more molds. I actually have kind of a new dump mold plan. Oh, do you guys want to see one of my favorite dump molds that I've ever, like, one of my favorite things that I've made with a dump mold? I think it's on the shelf over here. Yeah. Alright, let me grab it. I think it's just right over here. This is... I should make some more of these, but it takes a fair amount of resin, so I just haven't. Here, let me go back to webcam. I've got a jar, but it's one of my favorites because it's so many different layers, and I remember like the different projects that went into this, and some of it was just like this band here was just leftover clear resin that I did a dirty pour into. These right here were from like a neon tray. It's like, it's just so fun to me to see all of the different layers. Where did I get this mold? I don't know where I got this mold. I can see if I can find it. If you shoot me a DM to remind me, I can see if I can find the mold for you. I might be able to. But honestly, I was impressed with just how well the lid works and stuff. Like, this mold worked better than I expected it to. But it's just so fun to me, all of the different little layers. Like, I don't know, it's like a little reminder of all the different projects and things. So that's one of my favorite like dump mold projects that I've done. I guess I could maybe make that a YouTube video, actually. That might be cool. Should I leave it a secret and then make it a YouTube video later? Or should I just mention what I'm working on at the moment? I know someone who is, you also have one of those small heart-shaped silicone cups that you use to drain the leftover resin that you can't get out of the cups. Heart-shaped silicone cups that you use to drain the leftover resin that you can't get out of the cups. I'm not quite following. Is this a mold, or are you saying that, like, oh, you have, oh, okay, so you have, like, the silicone cup itself is heart-shaped, so then once the resin settles that you can't get out, it makes, like, a little heart? Is that what you're saying? What I was gonna say, though, is, so I may know, that's cool. That's kind of fun. I know someone who, is working on making wooden pens, like lathing wooden pens, and so they have little wooden pen blanks, and they gave me one of their little wooden pen blanks, and I made a mold out of it so that I could make little resin blanks, also for pens. So I've made a couple little, I wonder if I could find a picture. Find the picture that they sent me of the, did they send it directly to me? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here's the here's the first blank that I sent them. Let's see. Here, I'll go back to this. You can kind of see there the rainbowy, sunrisey colors there. There's the wooden one, and then you can see the resin one there. Anyways, so making a few of those, and possibly making some more slightly different blanks for lathing as well. Just some little things, which is really pretty fun. I gotta go over and make a little wooden pen. Actually, where's my pen? It's right here. So I actually got to go over and just try lathing my own pen, which was really fun. Here's the one that I made. There you go. Little wooden pen. It's quite fun. But, back to desktop. Like, could do a whole video on making a pen. A resin pen. That'd be kind of cool. That might be kind of cool. It was very funny. Both my brother and I got to make a pen. And it's very funny the difference between our pens. Because he went for a very, like, low profile, very kind of like flat and straight sort of look. And then, of course, I had to try and mess around with the thing and be like, all right, what all can I do with the shape of this thing? And actually, I really like it. I feel like it's really comfortable to hold. But it was just very funny, the juxtaposition of, I'm like, I'm going to do all the things. And he's like, I will make this classy. But anyways, I'm making some resin pen blanks for this person. But I could probably do a whole video on making a pen. I think that'd be kind of cool. Alright. Alright. I was gonna say okay and alright, and I said alright. That's just how we say alright and okay now. Alright. Hello again, Luna. I see you have returned. Don't like that one as much as this one. This one looks good. That's putting it in there. All right, we've got a bunch. Okay, so this is that section. Oops. This is that section where I wasn't quite sure if my little markers actually lined up with all of the da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-das. Here, you can listen. So we're going to add a bunch of clips so that hopefully we can Our brain will tell us whether what we're seeing lines up with what we're hearing. That's the goal here. Because it might be easier to tell visually if things are lining up. If we can actually see the changes in the video. So originally I was going to pour the resin here, but I think now we're going to be pouring the resin here. And then we might actually start inking like here. I think that yeah, we'll see. We'll see how this is feeling. I'll finish. I'm going to finish adding all of the little bits of doing the flowers, and then we will watch this and see how it feels and see if it feels like too much. See if it's like too long. Because if it is, we can cut back on things. There's that, and then that. Okay, we want it to be visually different enough. But. We're just going to add a bunch of clips. And I want them all to be slightly different from each other in how they look. So we can... The problem, I don't like how I have this framed. It makes it very difficult to actually see what's going on. I zoomed in too much, but I don't think I can zoom out really yet. Yes, hello Luna, what are you doing? What are you doing? Hello, sweetie. What you do? Oh, baby, watch out for the cables. Oh boy. She loves to, Luna. Luna! Luna. What are you doing? What are you doing? Come here. Come on. Come on down. Come on down. Lay down. Yes, hello. Hello, my sweet girl. My sweet girl who's very good at walking back and forth in front of me when I'm trying to work on things. You're very good at being annoying. You're so good at it. Yeah, it's just like one of your special skills. One of your special skills, being annoying. Getting your tail everywhere. You just like whacked yourself in the face with your tail. And also very cute. Such a comfy looking lady. So comfy. She is like the master at looking comfortable. Like, it doesn't matter like where she is, she just kind of melts. Like, she'll take a nap, it's like she expands to fit her container and then starts to like ooze out of it. Like, she just melts into like boxes and things. She looks so comfy. She's very good at lounging. It's like the opposite of Not, who always looks uncomfortable, which is also kind of funny. Do I like this better? So I got one more thing here. Actually, that might be cool like that. All right. This is why I call Luna here Pancake Cat, and I call Not My Little Loaf, because Not will just lay, she's actually, Not looks pretty comfy at the moment. She's all curled up. She's a cinnamon roll at the moment, over on a chair over there in the corner. But, for a long time, I called her my little loaf because she was just always a tense little loaf of cat. She'd always just looked so tense. And then Luna was Pancake Cat because she would just lay somewhere and just like flatten out. I'm like, it's impressive how flat you are right now. Alright, let's see how this feels right here. I don't know if the timing's right or not, so let's find out. Yeah, that feels right. And I feel like all of the different pieces looked visually different enough that it actually lined up. Alright, should we watch what we have so far? We're about 2 hours in. To be fair, we spent like the first like 40 minutes deciding on a song. So, well, you know, we're only about like an hour in or something. An hour and a half in, and we've gotten like half of it done. Alright, let's watch it so far. Something felt a little bit weird there. Let me... Oh, you know what it is? Just a second. This one feels wrong. I think maybe we don't want to have that there. Let me just... Yeah, that feels better. Because this little blip right here, kind of isn't... It's not really, like, one of the main notes. Kind of want to follow the main melody. It's not really the melody. Yeah. What was this one? I don't... Okay, so which do we like better? Do we like... Here's the question. Which clip do we like better? Do we like this clip better, or do we like this clip better? Actually, this one, or this one. We need to get rid of one of them. Actually, I mean, not necessarily. I suppose I could get rid of something else instead. My arms. Anytime I use the computer for an extended period of time, my arms always end up hurting, which I think is part of the reason I don't play a lot of video games. To be fair, usually when I'm editing, I'll be working on it and then I'll go get a cup of tea, walk around for a second. I'm not usually sitting here for 2.5 hours completely straight, you know what I mean? Like... Okay, what do we want to get rid of? I think I like this one better. Maybe I don't like this one. How do we feel about that? Or do we like this? I feel like this is maybe more interesting because it's not just around. It's not like around. It's like kind of. Yeah, let's go with that. We'll go with that. It doesn't really matter. Sometimes you just gotta make a decision and cut things. I don't think there was a right or a wrong answer there necessarily on which clip was the best, but I think that getting rid of having 2 clips here was the right decision. I think this looks better. Yeah, that looks nice. That looks nice. And I'm glad that I got the timing here right, because I really wasn't sure if I had my things in all the right spots, but it sure looks fine. Ah, you're back. Excellent. While you were gone, we went and watched through everything, and I also went and we watched this to see if the timing was right. I realized that I had 2 clips here when I really only should have had 1 because it looks better. Here, if you'd like to see. And I'm very happy that I had the timing right. Alright, let's see. So we are ready to move on to actually pouring the resin now. We're also caught up to where we had all of our little subdivisions. So we'll need to add some more of those. But the music here has changed because you see this is very rhythmic, right? This is very rhythmic. Bop, bop, bop. This is a lot smoother. So I might actually, let me change this to Lego Pink. I might actually just do longer clips here to match with the smoother music. This is where I meant to put those. But I don't know if that'll feel quite right. It might not work too, because I feel like I've got enough stuff. So let's figure out how we can subdivide this more. If things are feeling right, this is why I marked it with a different color. If things are feeling right, we'll know that this is all one section. This is all one section. But let's see, how can we divide this up? Obviously, there's a spot there we could. We can go on all of those like downbeats. So da 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 da. I think it does help that I have a little bit of an ear for music too. I'm not necessarily good at like music theory or anything, but I know enough about music, having done like band and things, and singing and all that sort of stuff, that I can kind of hear where things are going. I can find where like the beats are and stuff. And that's just years of practice, I guess, at that. Alright, do we want to split this up anymore? I could go split it up at the bom-ba-dum. Because we've got dot, dum, dum, dot. I'm going to do that in a different color too. Let's go. What color should we do? We'll do purple. Because we've got boom, bop, boom, boom, bop. That's literally the pattern that we've got going here. Same here. Boom, bop, boom, boom, bop. So we can put them on the boom booms. Boom, boom. Boom, bop. Boom. Bop. Boom, boom, bop. I've completely changed around my colors. You can see I had all my little subdivisions as white over here, and now I have completely changed up my colors, and it really does not matter. These are just so that I can kind of tell things apart. As long as I can tell things apart, that's the important thing. This was white. This is an interesting one. What do we want to mark that with? I guess we'll mark it with that. I think the other thing that like being able to like hear things when it comes to music helps me with too is when there's some songs where there'll be the same note played multiple times, and trying to find that beat, so it just might be like bum 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 bum. So actually like listening for like the slight difference in how where kind of the sharp like downbeat is of things. Like those sound very similar, but like I can hear the difference between them and know that second one is the beginning of like a new note. All right. Oh, should we not save so you guys could see this edited turn red? I want to save. Okay, let's pull over all of the stuff of pouring resin, because we've actually got multiple things going on here. So we've got putting stuff into the cup. We've got then pouring some clear resin into the mold. We've got mixing up that cup of stuff and mixing up another cup of stuff. And I'm actually going to split this up here because I want to kind of separate that. That's all mixing up things. And so that's all kind of one idea, right? And then we've got pouring more stuff. Normally I mix things up before I ever start pouring, so it's kind of interesting to me that I actually started pouring some resin into the molds before I mixed these up. I think it's because of the flowers. I wanted to get stuff into the molds as soon as possible. Cups of many stuff. Alright, and that's all actually putting things in the mold, and then we've got putting the lids on. So I've got a few different kind of ideas here within just pouring, mixing up and pouring the actual dice. So we want to make sure that we kind of get those ideas in there in an order that makes sense. So let's see what we've got here. Let's see how this feels. This is putting the flakies into the cup. Dot, dot. I wonder how this feels. This might be a weird place to cut this. Actually, that might be fine like that. And then what about the other stuff? How about this? And we're gonna, because that downbeat is kind of like the stuff actually getting added. So maybe we do this. So here's what I mean by that. So we've got pick up, grab. Okay, yeah, we've got so pick up, place, pick up, place, pick up, place. But I don't quite like how that lines up. Because I actually want the stuff to get placed kind of where that downbeat is. Done. Yeah, I like that a lot better. This is also kind of what I was talking about with lining clips up so that they cut on the beat and also things happen on the beat. Things are landing. And this is another case of that where I actually want the thing to hit on the beat. I don't want to cut on the beat. So that might feel a little bit better. Oh, and then, wait, actually, wait. And then I think it's putting a little bit of resin in here. That's fine. That can take up that last little spot here before we get to the light blue. Or actually, we can just slide them on. Yeah, there we go. All right. I might go for like, I think I might go to like the 3-hour mark, and then we'll call it good for today. So still got a little bit of time. I'll mute that. My arm's just getting tired. Also, I kind of want food at some point. I feel like I could start going for food. So there's that. That's gonna be kind of all of that stuff. But yeah, basically my process is find music, find out where things change in the music, and kind of start blocking out where all of the what all the different ideas are in the video. And by ideas I mean pouring resin, inking dice, you know, showing things off at the end. I'm gonna just speed this up. I bet I could change this to like 300. Probably maybe 400. Might not be bad at 300. Might need 400. And then basically start subdividing things and kind of keep it in mind the whole time that you know, you want to split things up where like you want the music and the visuals to work together. So like where like an idea in the visuals is changing, that's where it should change the music, and so on and so forth. All right, we've got that, and then we've got this. Okay, so let's mix this up first. Again, I want to try and have that stuff fall in. Boom. That's kind of how I look at things. Yeah. Honestly, we've gotten quite a bit done. I'm very tempted to just go and watch the whole thing and just see how things are coming together. I like doing that. Sometimes I'm just like, I just want to see what how it's looking so far. Also, I'm now forgetting what my markers were, so. Oh, yeah, wait. Yeah. Should we do this maybe? Again, I want things to visualize. Maybe we're taking it off screen in this one. Yeah, I think that'll be good. Well, we're definitely not inking things here. How do we feel about this? I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Let me just try something. Oops. Let me try something slightly different. Let me see how this feels. I like that better. That's better. I'm gonna change some of the timing here. Not the timing, but I'm gonna change. I want this to be going in the same direction the whole time, so I'm gonna move it so that it's a full like arc. Do I like that? Do I? Yeah. Yeah, I think that's better. Yeah. I might end up having to tweak some of this stuff just to fit everything in here, but I think it'll be fine. I honestly don't like having like a super, oh, the cat. Oh, my legs, I can move them again. A super long time of showing things off at the end. Alright. We gotta mark more of these. Boom, ba-doom. I think I'm running out of insightful things to say. I will be streaming next weekend, by the way, but I'm not going to be streaming on this channel. I'll be streaming over on my other channel. We've got a new game to try with the normal gaming group. We're gonna try out, I think, the next weekend. Yeah, next weekend. Yeah, that'll be the 9th. We're gonna be trying out Demonologist, which is, from what I understand, I think we're all going in kind of blind. But from what I understand, it's gonna be kind of similar to Phasmophobia, which we play fairly often. But we have to decide like which kind of like demon is in a location, and then we have to exorcise it. Oh, this guy. Gets a little bit different here. So I don't know how scary that'll be or anything. But I'm sure it'll be a fun time just because it's a fun group of people. So that right there goes bup 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 bup. Oh, should I do the digga 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 does here? Or should I just do the da 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 da? So it goes da 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 da, but we also have it starting. We also here we have the digga 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 digga. So I mean I can mark them. We'll mark them. Let's go for yellow. We haven't used yellow yet. I'm assuming it's stuck at 1 2 3 1 2 3. Yeah, there's gonna be 3 subdivisions in all of these. Looks like. Dig it. And then there's just the one. Okay. Digga 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 da. Digga 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 da. All right. We'll split it up. I think it might be kind of fun to split things up there, depending on what we get to. I'm saving the project. I can't stop myself. I'm too worried about losing things. That might sound weird, but I was going to show off that if you don't save in this program after a while, this little edited up here that tells you that your document is has been edited, and therefore you should probably save it at some point. If you wait long enough, it turns red, which I honestly appreciate. Like, it's cool that it lets you know. It actually like warns you, hey, you should probably save your work. Again, big fan of DaVinci Resolve. Really enjoy this editing software. If you're trying to figure out what software to get, it's a good choice. Their free version is excellent. It is like a beast of editing software. It's also apparently like it is like known to be one of the best like best editors for like color grading and color correction, which, to be fair, I'll try not to break anything this time. Like, there you can do a lot, and it has all sorts of there's so much information. I started looking into understanding like the color grading and stuff. So you can see here, this is showing like where my cursor is. Like, obviously this red right here is the red, very high red. Anyways, there's lots of interesting stuff in here. What is I think Fusion is you can do all sorts of different effects and things. There's also just, okay, I'm saving this in case I mess something up. I can just show you here too. So see this transition here, going from this to this. There's so many built-in like transitions and things. I do like that there's like a preview. Look, I could just like, but there's all sorts of different. Ta-da! I mean, we could use some of these in here if we really wanted to. What's this one? I should use this one in a thing. But there's all sorts of cool built-in. I should use some of these. Zoom. Sorry, I could just sit here and mess around with Just look at all of the different, I like this one too. I like the film strip one. There's so many. Noises. Anyways, there's a lot of different filters and things. It's a little bit confused because I have moved, like, that's kind of cool. I like the color palette generator. That's kind of cool. Oh, that's I could do something interesting with that. But yes, point being, it's a little bit confused because I did rotate things. All right, I'm getting distracted. Getting distracted. So I want to add some of this. I think I need to hear this because I can't tell. Either here or here I want to add the orange. Or the yellow, I mean. Let's try it here. I'm just kind of throwing it in. I mean, wow. I mean, that might be it. That needs to be faster. Still feels a little bit behind. That works. Alright. I think I'm gonna need to trim some of this stuff back so that I have space to actually, like, ink the dice. Because I'm putting flowers in up to here. That's like half of the video is just doing the flowers. So I might actually want to pull the flowers back a little bit and have the resin sooner. I don't know. Let me just see how this feels. Actually, you know what I could do? Do this and that, and then this, and then that, and get rid of this. Okay, I'm gonna show you how I trim down on some things sometimes. So we're gonna follow the pattern. Dot. I'm gonna get rid of that. We're gonna go straight into this. Ta-da, we've just opened up all of that space. And the nice thing about that is that this probably lines up pretty well. So with all of this over here, so we can actually just pull this over. Might not line up exactly. Yeah, you can see it doesn't line up exactly necessarily, but that's okay. We can adjust things slightly. So that might, does that work better? Yeah, see, that's fine. And we might actually do this. Oh, I don't actually like that because I want, where this blue is, I wanted to move on to something different. So I might. Might do this. And then mix it up here. And then once we get to this blue, all right. I think I have an idea. This is what I do. And we don't need to spend the whole time showing off mixing this up. I think by the time we get to here, that'll be fine. You can see the color that it's going to be. All right, that's so much better because now that we've gotten to here, I mean, originally we were gonna ink there, but that's fine. We can actually pour the resin here, and that's where the music kind of changes. Again, every time I want to the ideas to change at the same time. The way the music sounds and whatever's happening. All right. Sometimes you can't exactly get it to line up perfectly, but meh. Do what you can. Sometimes you just gotta cut things out too, even if it's like, oh, it's good footage, but it just doesn't make the most sense narratively. Sometimes you just gotta cut things out. Sometimes you gotta put things in different orders. If it makes more sense too. I've definitely done that before. I'm working on the other video that I'm working on right now. The order that you will see things in is not the order that things happened in, because the order that things happened in did not make any like narrative sense, because all of the dice were different. So it's like, well, I'm working on this die, this piece of this die, and then I'm working on this piece of this die. It's like, it's just random which things I'm working on. I'm pouring this die while I'm making an insert for this other die. Watching it wouldn't flow very well. So the actual order that I'm showing things in is not the order that things happened in. It's just the order that makes the most sense to watch it in. You know, I think if I speed this up, let's try making this like 500% too. Maybe even 600. So we can get all of them in there. Yeah, that works. You also don't need to show the whole process. I'm not going to show actually. It's pretty. That works. You know, I'm not going to show like actually sanding and polishing things on this because that's not the interesting part. All right, I'm not going to show that either. I don't care about like. I've shown putting the sparkly stuff into the molds. It wasn't all of the sparkly stuff, but it was enough that you know that it went in there. So I don't need to show filling it up like the rest of the way with those. Let's move on to the pink. Okay, do you want to just do the speed up thing again? Good. So we could do like the same thing basically up to this blue one where we speed up the footage to show putting this pink on all of the things. Probably about the same too. Probably just what, 600? See how it looks. A lot of things is just doing stuff, seeing how it looks. That's not gonna cover everything, so let's make it faster. More power. More. How does 1,000 feel? Yeah, 1,000 feels right. We'll see how it looks though. Yeah, that's fine. And then, is it lids next? Yeah, it's lids, and this might work out actually. I might be able to put lids and then get things inked let me listen to this. I just want to see if we actually want to show things off here, or if we want to do it later on. Is there a good spot that we could start showing things off? You know, we could... This could be putting lids on, and this could be unmolding. And then we could move to inking. That might be... And then this would be ink. And then let me find a spot in the middle here that would be where we start showing them off. Wait. So change it. I mean, it kind of changes here, but I think maybe we will aim for here because we want to have enough time to actually show off the dice a bit. But that I think will line up. So this is gonna be ink. Show off will hopefully be like here-ish, so they have all of this space. Even if it's here, that'll be fine. We've got this nice long space here that we can like you know, have a slightly longer video clip. And this actually doesn't need to be this long. I am having so much fun editing the other video that I'm working on. I'm quite proud of myself because I ended up using multiple songs. There was just so much to do. There was so many pieces. Like I said, every die was different. Everything, there was just so much that like happened with the set of dice that I was like, I need more time. But I feel quite proud of myself for how I got all of the music to like line up. Like I feel like I got the music, like the different songs to flow together really well. I'm quite proud of that. You guys will I'll be sure to mention it once I actually post the video. I am not nearly done with it. I am part of the way through. Let me just here. But yeah, it was a I am chugging away at it. I've been in such an editing mood lately. I've been very much in the mood to edit videos. I'm having a good time doing it. It's especially nice like in like the morning or early afternoon when there's like a little bit of sunlight. I'm in like the front bedroom, which is my office, and it's got like so many windows. It's so nice. I love seeing the sun. That was one of the things when I left my last job that I said I wanted in a future job. Not to them, but just when I try to figure out, like, what do I want to do? One of them was like, I want to see the sun in the winter. Because at my last job, I worked, you know, in an office, and I got there I worked 7:30 to 4:30, and in the winter, I just never saw the sun. So, like, it was, it's so nice sitting in here in the morning / early afternoon with, like, all of the windows. I should close that window over there. I forgot that I had the window open. There's a screen on it, but, it's gonna start getting cooler out. It's very nice out today. It's getting so nice out. So it's lovely having like a cup of tea and just working in here with the sunlight coming in through the windows. You don't realize the things that are so important, I guess. Always, like, immediately. Okay, just a second. I've got a thought here. I think the first one here is going to be bringing them in. It is interesting looking back at the list of things that I said that I want in a future job. Just because some of them don't line up with, like, what I'm doing now at all, and it's fine. Like, I was like, I don't want to have to try and figure out, like, my own schedule and what I'm supposed to be working on when. Because it's just, like, you know, I don't want to make my own deadlines. or have I think, you know what I think it is? It was not that I didn't want to have to make my own deadlines. It's that I didn't want to not know when the deadlines are, if that makes sense. And there is still some of that. Like, you know, I'm working on commissions and things. There's kind of a deadline that you don't know when it is, to a certain extent. Just because, you know, you've got someone who is waiting on stuff. Also, if the person who I'm working on a commission for is watching this, your stuff is in the pressure pot right now. I'm gonna unmold it after the stream. You know, it's not that now that it's like, oh, I don't know when, you know, it's not that I don't enjoy making my own schedule. It's that I need a schedule. I need to, like, I want to know, like, when I'm supposed to be working on what. And that's why I have, like, a planner, like a notebook, where I literally write down all of the stuff that I need to do in the day. That was last week. Speaking of, stream at 4 p.m. I can cross that off. Excellent. I need structure. Yeah. I like having a mix of, like, structure and also, like, freedom, I guess. Which it can be difficult to find in a job. That is why I think I like working for myself so much. Is that I can make a structure, but also I have the, you know, the freedom to not follow the structure if it doesn't suit me. Like, you know, for example, I was gonna work on, I need to make some basically little kits, some little craft kits, because I'm gonna be teaching some classes coming up soon. And I want to put together all of my supplies and everything for them. One of the things that I'm going to be doing is I don't know why I signed up to do this, but I'm going to help people make bath bombs. I started doing that recently and it's fun. But I want to make, like, little kits basically that have all of the supplies proportioned out for everyone. I should figure out what I'm doing with the resin too. I might just mix it up myself and then give people, you know, some of you know, 20 milliliters or whatever of resin for the bigger projects or whatever, but 15 is probably good. But I was going to do that on Thursday, because I don't actually work on Thursdays at my other job. So, you know, I have a good chunk of time and I don't have to worry about, like, having to go to work later. But instead, I'm gonna go on, like, a little day trip with my family for my birthday. Which is a bit of time before my birthday, but it is this month. So it's like, it's nice having the freedom to, like, change plans. It's also nice, like, that with my calendar, for example, you know, I like knowing what I'm going to be working on. However, if I'm just like, I am not in the mood to sand things today, I just want to edit, I can go into my calendar and just move sanding to a different day and just, like, change my calendar. It's very nice having that flexibility. To be fair, that is something that I appreciate about my other job too, is that how flexible they are. Like, if I'm like, hey, I have a convention on this Saturday, I need this Saturday off, they're like, yep. Like, it's very, very flexible with the scheduling and stuff. Like, I pretty much have just said, here's the days that I can work, and so I'm signed up to work on those days. Which, it's like, I'm amazed that I found a part-time job. Ooh, I like that section better. This section of video better. I'm amazed that I found a part-time job that has a fixed schedule and also a flexible schedule. Like, that is crazy to me. I am so thankful. 'Cause that's the thing, right? It's like, I like a lot of part-time jobs, it's just like you don't necessarily have set shifts, I feel like. To be fair, not everyone at where I work has a set shift. It depends on what their job is there too. Like, I do, so I work at a tutoring center. I'm not a tutor. I do some of the admin type stuff, like printing schedules and supporting the tutors, getting them supplies, keeping inventory of things, cleaning. I made a list at one point. I was literally telling my mom about this earlier today. Let me find my list. I made a list because I've been there for a while, so I've been kind of put in charge of training other people in my position when we get new folks. It's like, you know, oh, here it goes. It is, like an entry-level position technically, but like they want people that are either pursuing something in education or have a little bit of a background, so people don't necessarily stay there super long because it is not a full-time job. Let's see, make schedules, check text messages, answer phone, help the tutors with things like materials, keeping an eye on the kids, filling in as needed, taking attendance, keeping track of everything, clean up. I also do a lot of the assessments, and then there's a bunch of other little things in there too. But yeah, cleaning and things. Anyways, point being, the actual tutors, they have a lot more they have fairly consistent schedules, and they will say, hey, I can't work these days, but their schedules are more inconsistent, partially because the tutors that we call in to work depends on the students and what they're working on. You know, it's like, not everyone can do hello again, Luna. Hello, come on. Not everyone's prepared to do high school math or whatever. Although I can do high school math, but you know, we've got reading, like people who are more specialized in reading, people who are more specialized in math or science. So depending on which students are going to be there, we might have different tutors that are coming in. But I have a very set schedule usually, unless I ask for days off. Luna, what you doing? Oh, Luna, your tail. Luna, you're stepping on things. Okay. All right. I know that I said I was going to stop at the 3-hour mark, and we're now at the 3-hour and 15-minute mark. But I feel like I'm in the zone now. Okay, Luna, you cannot keep walking underneath my microphone. You've got to come pick a side. Nope. You've got to pick a side. Are you coming down on my lap? My microphone's too touchy for you to walk back and forth underneath it with your tail up in the air, whacking it. But yeah, it is, I don't know, it's weird trying to find a mix, I guess, of structure and flexibility, and also knowing where that line is. Time to stop and feed us. They've got just a regular food bowl where they can eat whatever they want. They've got just an open food bowl. Because I've got 4 cats. But I think she just wants attention. All of my kitty cats like to hang out. They're all very. Oh, you're so cute. You look so happy. Here, I'll show you. Oh, the scritches. Oh, the scritches. Yeah, she just wants some attention. She wants to hang out. She wants the scritches. All of my cats like attention. They all like to hang out and get scritches and pets and things and snuggle. Some of them are more snuggly than others, but they all like some form of snuggling. Yeah. All right. Let me see here. Let me get up to this dark blue, and then we'll see how we're feeling. And we'll watch it from the beginning and see how it's feeling, and then we'll probably call it good. All right, let's see how it's feeling. I do want to watch just this little section to see how it feels first. Yeah, I like that. I like that. All right, let's watch it from the beginning. Movie time. Here, I'm gonna zoom. I'll zoom this in so that you guys can see the actual. Oh my gosh. Why can I not? There we go. Let's go. Make this bigger so you guys can watch the actual thing. All right. You guys ready? Here, no, we'll show off the cat. The cat's most important to watch, apart from what we're about to watch. Let's see what we've done so far. All right. Turn the sound up a little bit. All right, ready? Yeah. All right. I'm feeling pretty happy about that. I've zoomed in so far. We have gotten. So it's been 3 hours, and we have gotten 43 seconds of video edited. It's been probably closer to, the first 40 minutes of that was us just chatting and figuring out music. So 2.5 hours, so we've got 43 seconds of video edited. Welcome to how quickly I edit. To be fair, it probably would go quicker if I was not streaming at the same time, just because, dividing my focus and stuff. But it honestly, I think it went pretty well. I just need to finish up the section now where I'm inking things and actually showing off the dice, and this will be all ready to go. Thank you guys for hanging out. Like I mentioned before, I will be streaming next week, but it will be over on my other channel playing Demonologist with some friends, a game that I've not played before, and we're all kind of going in blind, so we'll see what happens. I think it might be scary, but knowing us, it'll probably also be funny, so I wouldn't be too worried about getting too scared. You guys at least, I don't know if I will. Thank you for hanging out. I said that already. I think that's pretty much it. I'm working on a new video. Hopefully I'll have it done pretty soon and put out. And hopefully I will see you guys then. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it.